You have to sit down, honey, please. Wait. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Good boy. Such a sweet good boy. Rich Rising, you guys. It's like 7 something in the morning, and I'm actually outside, so I'm gonna talk. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm just not gonna be talking super loud. Today's topics for this video is going to be, just so I stay on track, valuable lessons surrounding money, learning valuable lessons. I don't know why somebody had to turn their AC on. I guess that means you're getting better with your lessons. What else I'm trying to think. Healing mommy and daddy wounds, right? Whether you receive them from childhood or throughout your journey of life, wherever you are, whatever stage you're on, and understanding how these mommy and daddy wounds directly tie into karmic cycles, karmic energy, karmic relationships, and keeping you in some form of patterns, habits that are not healthy, and just basically understanding how you have to heal these wounds so you can release. That way you can actually attract the energy and the vibration that you are, rather than what you were around, rather than what happened to you, rather than what you've been exposed to, rather than what other people were doing around you as well. Because as kids, we absorb energy more than we realize. There's a reason why kids never forget, even if they don't understand. They never forget certain things because it's a absorbing type of it's absorbing energy, number one, and then number two, it's subconsciously embedded in your DNA, as well as your life, until you properly address, sit with, accept, heal, release, let go, love. If you don't remember, this is it. This is my baby. This is my baby. I'm actually happy I brought him outside with me today because he's keeping me calm. Sometimes I deal with anxiety, and I'm getting a lot better with it. I'm releasing it. I'm letting go of things I cannot control, and whatever is in my control to change. I pray for serenity, courage, and wisdom, and I ask for the tools, and I allow them to be sent to me, and I receive them and embrace them to carry the information I need to get along my journey and pass it out. So I don't really need to do this. It's funny now the noise stopped, but I'm gonna do it. Polos. Gonna cleanse really quick. Don't go anywhere, is it? Supposed to be my special guest. Leave that alone. I use that to wipe your eye. Pray you're well. Thank you for coming to my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. Thank you for taking a moment to connect and just being present. And I'm sorry if I'm not talking loud enough. It is kind of early. I don't want to be too loud with my neighbors. Sending you love, light, and healing vibrations. Stop. Come sit down. Come sit down, Zip. Come here. Over here. Come over here. Come over here. Okay. So in regards to learning valuable lessons surrounding money, if you are someone who struggles with balancing your financial aspect of your life, like I do, and I know one of the big reasons for that was because I was afraid of success and the money that success will bring and being successful, simply because of my father's death. Something happened to him, and it was behind jealousy, envy, hatred, greed, and it had a lot to do with, it had everything to do with what he kind of attracted into his life. I won't even say so much of everything he had, but seeing that happen to him, and that being somebody that I was very, very close with, it made me afraid of, you know, receiving too much money or having too much money, because I know the BS that comes with money. It's not even so much of not wanting money, sure. It's more so the problems that more money brings, like just like the saying, new levels, new devils. You can't go to a new level in life and avoid new devils. That's not the way it works. So I was a little hesitant, scared, and avoidant of being successful and having too much money. And I'm healing my fears of money, of my finances being at peace and order, and just like my relationship with currency. And it's not just, people fail to understand that money blockages are not just, it's not just finances, it's not just literal money, it's the energy, right? It's a currency, energetically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically. It ties into all levels, mind, body, and soul. It's how you view it, right? And then the saying goes, what you want doesn't, what you want, how is it? Oh, sometimes what you want, it doesn't want you, and then sometimes what you want also wants you. So I remember it's a book that I read, and I bought it for a couple of people. I don't have my actual book because I gave it to somebody once I finished it, but To Know Yourself, and it talks about when you are not after the world is after you. So in a sense of when you don't care about certain things, these certain things do care about you, and they put you on a pedestal, and they idolize you, and they want you, your energy, basically, because it's energy based. Everything is energy based. Again, it's spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically, energetically. So learning valuable lessons surrounding your finances, take it one step at a time, one day at a time. Accept hardship as the pathway to happiness. Understand that everything serves a purpose, and the best advice I can give in regards to your finances, if you're having money blockages, and sometimes it's not just you self-sabotaging, sometimes it could be people trying to hold up your blessings and your inheritances and your whether it's physical inheritance or a spiritual inheritance. There will be people, places, things, demons, witches, warlocks, entities, low vibrational souls, you know, trying to manipulate, control, stop something that was written for you to have, stop something that was destined for you, and you cannot stop destiny. So whatever somebody does to you, understand that they bring this energy upon themselves, so pay no mind to it. Okay, be careful because those nails are sharp. I'm giving you attention. Okay. So best advice I can give is to heal your relationship with money, to welcome it in, to release what you don't need. That way you can receive what you do, to accept everything that has happened, because money comes, money goes, just like emotions. It's one of those things when we die we cannot take with us, so it's important to, I don't know why this monitoring spirit has to be out here, fly. It's one of those things to where you have to, or you're supposed to enjoy it while you have it, but do not idolize it, do not become a slave to it, do not allow it to be your master, because you cannot serve two masters. And money, just as well as anything materialistic, anything earthly, anything worldly, in a sense, you can easily get entrapped in, having to have something that is not really real. It's paper, right? Other than what they put a price tag on, and they say, well, this is what it's worth, and you need to have X amount to purchase it, or to buy it, or to have it in your possession. That's the only thing it does, aside from also possibly helping you live a more comfortable life, enjoying yourself more often, and giving back. That should be the whole purpose. If you become greedy, there is a specific, I'm not going to remember it correctly off the top of my head, but there is a scripture that comes to mind, and it talks about, it's not money, it's the love of money, basically greed, that drives people insane. It makes them something that they're not, or it brings out something that they weren't even aware was in them. So just be careful. Release any kind of unnecessary bills if possible, and you have to weigh out your pros and cons, your priorities, what is important, what's not important. Start saving if possible. All it takes is a little, every chance you get, and you can have more than what you possibly imagined. And get consistent. It takes 30 days in order for something to become a habit. So if you're trying and you're striving and you're praying, you're meditating, you're fasting, and you're getting disciplined, and you are being serious, that's the number one thing. You have to be serious. It will get better in due time. I know, but we're not playing right now, so come sit down. Come sit down. He sees a dog and he wants to play, so. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock. Okay, so the next topic was healing mommy and daddy wounds. Now, I am not with this new generation. I'm a 90s baby. I'm 29, about to be 30 in a minute. So I know that this generation is very much out there. Very much. Okay, thank you. All right. It's very much out there. It's very much in your face. It's very much no substance, no depth, no knowledge, just acting off of impulse, not even thinking sometimes, just solemnly, not even aware. So these are things that I know, I've seen, I've experienced, very immature, very childish, very, no guidance, no moral compass, no sense of awareness of reality, just wanting to live in fantasy. Because even if you think about social networks, they are very competitive, fantasy-based, non-realities. I mean, you can find a little bit of realness within the illusions, but for the most part, it's mask, it's portraits and pictures that are painted that are not real. Instead of allowing these social pages to be used as tools to help inspire or uplift vibrations, or better enhance your living situations, or your mindsets, or your emotional well-being, your physical well-being, your spiritual well-being. It's really used to attack. People get on these things and they portray something that they're not, and it's just very misleading. So in regards to this generation, there's a lot of darkness. There is a lot of self-centeredness. There's a lot of self greed, self instant gratification, you know, just living in ego. Come here, please. Come here. So a way of protecting yourself from these things is simply not engaging. If it takes from your vibrations rather than uplift it, if it makes you feel drained and uncomfortable, go in the opposite direction, do something else. If it uplifts you, if it makes you feel energized, inspired, motivated, go towards it. But if it's the complete opposite, it's best to not participate, because you don't want to be putting yourself in harm's way mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. Energy transfers, energy is carried, energy is easily attached without knowing. So yeah, in regards to this generation, much prayer, sending out love, light, healing vibrations, but healing your mommy and daddy wounds. Whether you suffered from mommy wounds or daddy wounds, understand that if you do not heal whatever issues you took on, you were exposed to, whether it was attention deprived, because a lot of these kids are very much attention driven, you know, like they want instant gratification, ego. They want to be seen, they want to be heard, they want to be loud, they want to be boastful, they want to just be out there, they want to be wild. And there's nothing wrong with expressing yourself, but be mindful, because you know, just when you put yourself out there and you open yourself up, you are making yourself subject to energies that will come your way. So whether you are suffering from attention deprivation, I hope I said that correctly, heal. A lot of people want attention because they didn't receive attention when they were a child, whether it was from their mother or their father. And so now, you know, they're looking for it in other ways, whether it's taking off their clothes, whether it's fighting, whether it's stealing, whether it's killing, destroying, whatever. Those are all low vibrations. And in a sense, some souls are on assignment for the other source. Some souls are on assignment for the adversary. Some souls are not on assignment for the Most High, God. Not everybody is a light worker. Not everybody is a seer. Not everybody is a psychic. Not everybody is an empath. Not everybody is a healer. Not everybody is a starseed, mermaid, earth angel. There are some souls that are specifically on assignment to hurt people, to mislead people, to discourage people, to kill people, to betray people, to keep them from understanding themselves and from healing. So be mindful, because these wounds, you know, they open you up to even bigger demons, even bigger issues, even bigger unhealthy habits, characteristic traits, if you are not aware and present. And sometimes with being attention deprived, people will do anything to get noticed, people will do anything to get seen, people will do anything to get heard, to be talked about. You know, there's a saying of, I've heard, all press isn't good press, but to some people, all attention is good attention, and that's not true, because you put yourself out there and things come your way, you might have a hard time getting rid of it, you know. So what else I'm trying to think. I know I've made a video about abandonment issues, and I suffered from abandonment. I guess it in a sense it's father abandonment issues, because when he passed, I kind of felt like I was left with myself, and in reality, I know he didn't want to leave me, but I had to heal from that. I had to accept that. I had to release that, and I had to understand that that is not, he's here, I just can no longer see him. And I get signs, confirmations, affirmations, spiritual inclinations. I get any and everything that I need to remind me that I'm doing okay, I'm going to continue to be okay, and I'm prepared for whatever is coming my way, and I'm not walking alone, and I have an army beside me, in front of me, walking with me. They go before me. What else? I also had to heal because I realized that some issues from my father or my mother were bringing in karmics, whether it was a person, place, or thing, karmic relationships, karmic cycles, karmic patterns. I had to heal these issues because I was attracting it into my world because I didn't release it. Manipulation is a really big thing. My father was so protective to where when I was younger, there were things that I wanted to do and he would kind of talk me out of it. You know, I would tell him my plan and he would talk me out of it, or he would come up with his way of me doing something or just not going in a different direction. And because he wanted to protect me, he didn't want me to do it. So he would give me reasons not to. And in a sense, even though he was trying to protect me, there's a fine line between protection and control. And manipulation is also in there. So because of that conditioning, that exposure, because of that, those childhood memories and thoughts and patterns and habits, it ties into the relationships that I have been receiving, right? Because now I understand I'm not a manipulative person. I've never been, and I don't want to deal with anybody manipulative, trying to control me, trying to prevent me from, living my life freely, because I like to move freely. I have a light heart, and that keeps me able to do that because I keep God first, and I like being kind, even though some people do not understand it. Maybe it's not for them to understand. Who cares? Maybe they never will. But I had to release manipulation, because if I hadn't have done that, I would have been attracting the same kind of relationships that I've been dealing with. Unhealthy, unstable, unfulfilling, detrimental to my mind, body, and soul, abusive to my mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual levels. So, sit down, sit. Oh my goodness, okay. I'm trying to make a video and you just want to sit on me. Look, you have to sit on the side. Okay. He's actually calming me down, because animals are healers too, in case you didn't know. But with healing and releasing and letting go of these childhood traumas and issues, I'm just giving examples. That way you can pick up what you need and release what you don't. You open yourself up to better. As you continue to do better, strive for better, and you welcome better. I've been embracing, as well as being embraced, in a healthier, sit down, in a more healthier, sit down, sit, no, okay, sit, in a more healthier, I'm not playing with you, listen, I'm trying to make a video, sit down, sit, please, no, sit, or I'm gonna put you inside. You just want attention, so. I've been welcoming and embracing healthier relationships for myself, which is great, because in the past, the people, places, and things that I was dealing with essentially had no moral compass. They had no soul. They were psychopaths. They were sociopaths. They were narcissists. They were manipulators. They were control freaks. They just didn't know how to be themselves, so they weren't comfortable with me being me to my fullest ability. And I know that majority of the time my light irritates people's demons, because I've conquered everything within me. So it bothers them because they're not on that level. It just wasn't a vibrational match. It wasn't the same frequency, the same wavelength, the same essence, or even aura. Sometimes people would try to scoot over them. They would try to drain me of my light and my energy, to feed whatever they have attached to them or they've been battling. So I say this to say, you have to spend time in solitude to know what energy is yours, what energy is not yours. You have to spend time by yourself to heal yourself, to get to know yourself, to accept yourself, to love yourself, to nourish yourself. You have to work on your self-confidence, your self-esteem, your self-respect, your self-dignity, your self-integrity, your self-views, your self-aspirations, your self-empowering. You have to do the work in order to continuously get better. And don't be afraid of addressing any lingering energies within yourself. It's all a part of the process. It's not easy, but if you want better, you have to do better. You have to be better. You want change, you have to change. That's the only way it works. I'm trying to think of what else. Also, do not idolize any person, place, or thing. Keep in mind that you are very important. You're actually the most important person in your life. And if you do not treat yourself as such, don't expect anybody to give you the same respect or love or energy. You know what I mean? It starts with you. You have to be willing to do it for you. And okay, I think I'm gonna leave this video here, and then I'm gonna start another video, and I'm gonna actually pull cards for the current energy. But I pray whoever has clicked on this video, whoever has watched it up until this point, you receive the information that you need. You receive the insight as well as the confirmations, affirmations. I pray that you are continuously striving and taking the time to be kinder to yourself, to nourish yourself, to love yourself unconditionally, day in, day out, to understand that you are worthy. You know, whatever mommy wounds, daddy wounds you were suffering from, they can be healed as long as you believe that. You have to keep a positive mindset, and you have to do the work. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to pick you up out of whatever pit you've crawled into, out of whatever darkness you've been allowing yourself to sit in for so long. You have to want to change. You have to be willing to change. You have to be wanting to embrace the light. You have to be wanting to step in the light. You have to be wanting to turn the light on. Darkness is all around, but it doesn't mean you have to live that way. So thank you. Sending you warm healing vibrations, warm hugs, kisses, much love from one light worker to you guys. Bye. Okay.